Hey, thanks for taking the time. My name is Dr. Brett Brimhall. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this, what GLP-1 is. So out there in the industry, you're seeing a lot of advertising going on about these GLP-1 hormones, and you can get them almost anywhere. I'm seeing them online. I'm seeing them at doctor's offices. I'm seeing them through all these different promotions on TV. Almost can't turn the TV on without seeing them. And why are we seeing this right now? Because there's a lot of people that want weight loss. It's a huge need out there. The epidemic we're under. But I want to give you a perspective on how big a deal this is. This is just pull it up off Google. This is estimated that in 2023, $37 billion of this stuff was sold to us as the consumers. And they're not new, but they're not really old too. So what exactly is the GLP-1? What does it do? And why is it such a big deal? And you can kind of see up here all different ones, you look all different type of prices. And I've seen it being sold for as little as, a couple $100 up to over $1,000 for a month supply. All right, so GLP-1 is a hormone that your gut is supposed to make. So when your intestinal tract is healthy, key phrase is healthy, and you eat fiber, the right type of fibers, two key things, have the right nutrients and micro and macronutrients, your body can make this hormone. When this hormone works correctly, your body makes it, and it makes you feel satisfied, it feels whole. And when that happens, your body effectively burns sugar and burns fat. Now, unfortunately, right now, a lot of people don't have a healthy gut. Our food is ultra processed, and if you want to get back into history, the tobacco industry bought the biggest food suppliers, so they've been using their chemists to get us to eat more foods and to crave those foods. And you know it because we've all had it when you're stressed and you're having those feelings like I just got to have it or I just can't have one. Even the advertising is very clear on it. These things make us crave things we should not, that messes with this hormone. Enter the drug company that figured out here's a hormone, which I'm grateful we know what this hormone is. This glucogen-like peptide 1 is made in a intestinal tract. It communicates with all the other organs and cells in your body that tells you you're satisfied and full and we need to burn it. All right. Now, the problem is that if this is the hormone that your body's supposed to make, if it's not, what exactly are these GLP-1s that we're getting from a pharmaceutical perspective, whether it's a semaglutide, tirzepatide, a whole bunch of different ones? It's an agonist. So what that means is it's hormone replacement. An agonist is something that looks like something your body makes, but it's not exactly the same, but it acts on the body as if it is. Now, the challenge with that is when you give the body something that you're supposed to make, it now gets lazy, doesn't make it anymore. What that means is long term, to maintain the weight loss that people are getting with this, most people will have to maintain some type of like long term use of them. Great if that's your business, not so great if that's you. And we don't really know what the long term effect of this will be, and that we do know. But we know it's a long term use drug that people are on, and you are seeing consequences because of that. Now, this hormone, it actually makes you feel full. It does that by slowing down the gastric emptying. But when a agonist binds to what's called the receptor, which is kind of like think of it like the key is the hormone and the keyhole is the receptor organ. When that goes in, it binds so hard it stays fixed for a longer period of time. And so instead of feeling like full, some people will feel nauseous. In some cases, it can cause other intestinal problems, including gallbladder problems, and they'll feel sick. Now, I've seen people that feeling super sick on this stuff, but because it helped them lose weight, they're willing to deal with the side effects of that. People need something. All right. Now, what what we're doing as a company, LifeVantage as a company, is we developed a GLP-1 activator. What that means is to activate your body's ability to make that hormone. Now, again, going back to healthy gut, right? It helps the body make it. So what we've done for the last 2 years, we've spent time studying different things throughout basically the planet, find out what plants, herbs, and extracts that work together and that actually help the body make this hormone. I'm going to go through a little of that because if you're struggling with losing weight, if you're struggling with feeling like you have no control over food, and again, this is much bigger than just weight loss. This is tying in all sorts of health, anything that anytime you gain weight where you shouldn't, especially on the midsection, it leads to all sorts of other, human problems, conditions that we don't want to have, and that leads to demise and disease and dysfunction and low quality of life. Right. So we've created this product called Mind Body, and it's called Mind Body Core, and it has two different products that work together with making this GLP-1 hormone. I'm going to show you a couple slides. I'm going to show you a human clinical trial that we did with this. And if you want more information, great, let me know. And there's some videos that some of my friends made, but I want to show you a couple of things. We talk called dual amplification. We want the body to make the hormone, so the body needs to actually have a healthy gut and needs to have the right things to make the hormone. We call it, so we do the MB, Mind Body Core, Mind Body Enhanced, working together. So the Mind Body Core, you take 2 in the morning, empty stomach, and then you take the MB Enhanced throughout the day. That's a fiber that allows your body to actually create a more healthy microbiome to actually change the way the body makes that. Now, when you put those together, we get a 54 increase in that GLP-1 production. And you can see this from some of the studies we do is to actually look at the concentration. And we did a 12-week clinical trial. Now, the way these work is it works on improving the genes that regulate these cells. So think about the potential that the cells have. And when we use them together, we got a drastic increase in the upregulation of those healthy genes to do what they're designed to do. That's why they're designed to be used together. This kind of shows a little overview of what happens. The L cells, those are the cells that make the GLP-1. When it then attaches onto the nerve cells then tell the intestinal tract, hey, to slow down the gastric emptying, or to, hey, we need to actually burn the fuel we have. It basically normalizes the communication between the gut-brain axis. We hear a lot about that. And these are the genes that are associated. Upregulates PYY and PPY genes, creating more neuropeptides that communicate the gut-brain axis. Right? That's why people, if you ever tell, hey, I'm stressed and you crave food you shouldn't, well, that's all part of this gut-brain axis. All right, now one of the things, and this is just kind of a quick snapshot if you want to look at it, of what's in the product and how they work together. But one of the things that we've done at LifeVantage, we're not new to this gene activation story. It's been the foundation of what we've been doing now, since the early 2000s. And one of the foundational products we make is called Protandim Nerve 2. This particular product helps the body reduce the oxidative stress on the cell. What that means, it turns a cleanup crew on, so your body can basically break down the inflammation that's going on. Every chronic problem that we deal with as humans is directly linked to inflammation. So what we've done is we went back and did a study because of some of the results we were seeing. But I'm going to show you in a second where we combined them. But I'm going to show you a picture of what we saw in our 12-week study. So when we basically spent 2 years researching, doing these in vitro studies so we can see what happened inside the cell and say, okay, let's do a human clinical study. And all these things you can see on the website if you read through it. But I want to show you some of the results that these individuals had. Now, there's three groups of participants in this study. One group, they got a placebo. One group got a little bit of dietary coaching, and then the product, and one group got no dietary coaching and the product. There was no statistical difference between those that got the dietary coaching and those that did not. Now, what that means is that people didn't change their diet drastically to get the results. Now, we have a lot more since this study, but I'm going to show you this was the first human clinical trial. But I'm going to just show you the picture. So 12-week clinical trial, look at the difference of the individuals and where they lost the weight. The visceral fat is where people lost the bulk of the weight, but you can see it like in here, midsection. You look here, look around the chin, and also the midsection. Again, the waist circumference and the chin and waist circumference. Hardest place for people to lose weight is here as a general rule, but look at where they lost it around the whole torso. And this is by activating that GLP-1 hormone. Now, one of the things we also asked were questions like, cravings and, food control, energy, appetite suppression, and look at across the board. Like we're 85 to 90% in most of these things when it came to actually improvement in overall lifestyle and what they actually, how they felt. Significant difference. And here's the other thing. This is just like changing the blood concentration of GLP-1. So this hormone, because it's not being made, when you start taking the product, your body starts making this hormone, and so the effect is going to happen over a period of time. We had a 140% increase on average of the GLP-1 hormone in blood in 12 weeks. Now, people started seeing their changes in about that month and a half to 2 months is where they really noticed more of the changes because that hormone was so low. They started feeling and the changes drastically since after that. Now, there are some of these individuals you can tell that have probably got to the weight where they're happy with, and there's probably some that are probably going to work on increasing, continue to increasing their weight. This is the system because it's getting your body to actually make the hormone that the body can use it long term and then change the doses based upon the results. Because what you'll find happening as your body starts making this hormone, your body craves less of the things you should not. It burns the excess, fat that you have, and most people start changing their dietary habits naturally because they're not craving those foods. Now, this is a significant game changer for us to be able to have a tool like this. And one of the things we were noticing in individuals is we were seeing results we didn't expect as far as cognition was concerned. Like we knew, hey, we should see weight loss, we should see less food noise, but we didn't expect to see some of the things that we saw with individuals when it came to just how much better they felt overall. So we went back and did a study and combined the MB core system with the healthy weight, what we call the healthy weight stats, would combine the Nerve 2. So we want to see, well, why are we seeing changes when people are combining these products together that we did not anticipate? So I'm going to, and again, if you want to look through the study in depth, I'm going to highlight some key components to it. And I want to show you what we did. What we looked for is, okay, we knew the Nerve 2 was designed to help regulate the inflammation in the body by turning on specific genes that speed up the body's recovery by lowering oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is like exhaust in us, and it reduces that by an average of 40% in 30 days, just on other studies we've done. We want to see what would happen if we combine them. And here's like the nuts and bolts. All right, when they blend them together, this is what happened. We activated an additional 4 antioxidant pathways that were separate from what we typically saw with the Nerve 2. It enhanced another 9 additional fatty acid pathways that was different than what the mind body did by itself. So what these are pathways that regulate the body's ability to break down fatty acids to be used as fuel and not store them. It also activated 10 genes involved in cell barrier and tissue strength. But part of what happens when we eat food is designed to be able to utilize that food to build and repair us, and specifically barriers like our skin, barriers like our intestinal tract, barriers like the brain. And we saw those pathways were improved. And then there was also 9 additional genes involved in regeneration, that's those phenoliphids, the regeneration pathways. And then there were also 6 involved in neuronal pathways. This is what really was surprising to me, because when I was watching people with the product, they were telling me like, man, I'm able to handle stress better. I don't get as nervous. I feel like I can make decisions faster and more. I don't doubt myself. Even individuals that have struggled with maybe eating disorders were saying like, I like my body better. Like I can't explain it, but like I see that my body more as what other people see it as than what it was before. And as you delve into the research, looking at GLP-1, it's being utilized in autoimmune situations. GLP-1 medications are also being used for addiction recoveries, because this hormone is responsible for multiple things, not just weight loss. This for me is a blessing, because as I work with people over the years, weight loss is a tough thing to deal with, because we don't know if we're going to get results, and a lot of it's because these hormones have been the problem, and we didn't have a great way of addressing it. Now we do. I'm going to slide back to one more thing here, because I want to show you this to kind of summarize what we saw in this study. 140% increase in GLP-1, and none of the people in the study, so 100% of the people in the study did not lose any muscle mass. One of the things you will see, and again, maybe this is your family member that's been on the medications and you watch them lose muscle mass. So one of the key things that I see is I see people increase their strength on the mind body system because they're maintaining their muscle mass. People lost up to 5% of total body fat, which is an amazing amount in 3 months, and up to 27% in visceral fat loss. That is one of the hardest things to do, is to lose that abdominal fat. So if this is maybe something you're interested in, you have more questions, great, let me know. I'm happy to have a conversation with you, plug in with some of our groups that we have. We actually have different contests we have going on to just to help get people part of a community to help lose weight in the right way. But please, understand that this hormone is a key regulator for your hormones. And if you're looking for something natural, safe, that has great science to it, um, then consider this as part of this system that you can utilize to get your life back the way you want it to. Talk to you soon.